Hey everyone, this is Lacey. I'm here to go over some top Mangomint alternatives that you might want to consider. Now, Mangomint has a lot of potential for spas and salon owners. I've used it before and really liked it, but I found that there are some key features that are missing that can leave clients a little frustrated or disappointed. And having worked with a lot of platforms, I'm going to show you some of my best Mangomint alternatives. So I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of some of my favorites, including Boulevard, Vagaro, Calendly, Acuity, and Goldie. So up front, my favorite alternative to Mangomint is Boulevard. Now, the reason I picked Boulevard is because it has an equally stunning layout with a very easy to use interface. But the core features and booking functions that you get here really compensate for the integration and the features that Mangomint doesn't have. It's also a much better way to scale your business relationships than what you would get with Goldie. It doesn't have any hidden fees like Vagaro, and it has better customer service than you get with Acuity. So we switched from Mangomint a while back because it was kind of expensive. And while it did have some great options, again, this layout's very easy to use. I don't mind it at all. It has a nice interface. It does have good messages here, so you can have communication with your clients. And it has a fun waiting room feature, so you can have something that faces outward toward your clients. And when they come in for an appointment, they can sign in and then they can see who else is ahead of them. So that's always really nice for managing customer relations. But it is kind of expensive. And there are some problems with the core services like tipping and rescheduling something that's already been booked. So that can be a little difficult. So if your business is trying to save money or you want simplified core services, there are some great alternatives that you can consider. So I'm going to go over my Mangomint pain points and which alternatives I would consider first. So upfront, it's going to be price. Obviously, Mangomint is a little pricey for the things that you get. They have 3 levels designed for different business sizes. So you can pick the essentials level for $165 per month if you have fewer than 10 service providers. But if you have up to 20 service providers, you'll need the standard option. And that's going to cost $245 per month. And then large businesses will pay $375 per month. If you are a med spa, for example, then you're going to need something like HIPAA compliance. And that doesn't come with the basic plan. You'll need to pay for the standard or unlimited plan. And one of the reasons that I don't work with Mangomint anymore is because they don't integrate with QuickBooks. In fact, unless you can pay for the unlimited level, you don't even get the API integrations with a lot of other software. So that can be a big problem, especially for companies who might need something that allows them to incorporate platforms they already use for other services. So one of the things I like about Goldie is that you get a free version. So I'm going to start here. If you are an independent stylist or esthetician or barber and you need something for free that just handles very minimal booking, appointments, and payment processing, Goldie is great. They also have 3 other levels that start at $20 per month, depending on what size business you have. From there, we go up to Calendly. So they offer a free version if you are working by yourself. So if you don't have anything else and it's just you, this is a great option. It's free. You can connect with other calendars. You can connect with other conferencing tools. So if you use something else to communicate with your customers or to handle your calendar, that incorporation is very easy. You can also connect with over 100 other tools. So if you are a company or an individual looking just for something that handles basic payment processing and appointments, but you already have other tools to handle the rest of your processes like Swipe or Teams or PayPal or Google Calendar or Salesforce or any of these others, I would strongly consider Calendly because you can easily use the other tools you have in your toolbox without having to switch everything over to a new platform. Now, Acuity is very similar. They have a version that is cheap for beginners. If you are by yourself, just getting started, and your business hasn't grown yet, you don't have employees yet, you can handle basic options for $16 per month. But that's only going to handle things like payment processing, client self-scheduling, and a single bookable calendar. So if you grow your business, you're going to need better control over your schedule, and that's going to cost more money per month. From there, we go up to Vagaro in terms of price. Now, Vagaro has one thing that these other options don't have, including some of my top favorites here, and that is the front-facing or customer-facing marketplace. So if you are looking for a marketplace where you can post your business to people searching nearby, promote things like daily deals for days where business might be slow, or support live stream classes here, that is a wonderful feature that only comes with Vagaro, but it comes at an extra price. It's not included automatically. So Vagaro pricing is based on the number of team members you have. Every time you add an employee or you add an employee to a second location, it's going to cost you an extra $10 per month. Now, they do cap out at $90 per month, but again, from there, a lot of features come at an additional fee. And I personally don't like having extra fees that just show up every month that I don't know about. So that's where Boulevard takes the cake in terms of being my favorite for price. Boulevard is going to be almost as expensive as Mangomint, but that comes with everything you need. So Goldie, by comparison, is more of a simplified platform for managing your sales and your appointments. And it's assumed that you have other things you want to integrate with it, other services that you're already using. Then you work your way up to the other end of things and you have Boulevard, which is complete with everything you need, including this message center where you can communicate in an unlimited fashion with all of your customers, the front desk function, which has the phone service where you can field phone calls for managing appointments, the calendar that everyone can access, reports, marketing options, including automated campaigns, none of which come at hidden or extra costs like Vagaro does. So that's something to consider. In terms of user friendliness, which I've actually kind of talked about already, I love Mangomint for the brief time that I've used it. It's very easy. You just click here, you have the calendar up top. I don't genuinely love the pastel Easter egg bedroom colors we have here, but it does make it easy to find people. It makes it easy to look at sales. You can do checkouts. You can see messages right here, very similarly to Boulevard. You can get simple reports that help you check on things like memberships, packages, inventory, and other business. And you can control your products and the pricing. Now, the user friendliness, again, is very similar with Boulevard. But Boulevard has some fun things that I really like, and that includes this message center here where any of the communications that you send to your customers or that customers send to you through the automated like appointment reminders, for example, that all comes here. It all collects in the same place, so it's very easy to manage. And if a customer books an appointment, and let's say this is a med spa, so let's say they book an appointment and they have, or you want to book an appointment for them, they want to book an appointment, and it's something like a facial and a massage. They don't need to know the order in which those appointments should be set up in order to book that appointment. Boulevard will automatically do that for them. So it's automatically going to set the schedule so that the massage comes before the facial. That's something that you don't get with Mangomint, and it's certainly not something you get with any of these other alternatives. That said, on a similar note, customer interaction is very important. It's a very important way to communicate, to build client relationships. And as I mentioned, they do have this nice messages center here, which is a good alternative to the messages that you get in Mangomint. When you click here on clients, it'll pull up client data with Mangomint, and that's great. That's easy to use. But with Boulevard, that client profile is readily accessible everywhere. Anywhere that the client name shows up, you can see all of their information, including their history, their memberships, the products they've purchased, the payment methods they've used, any forms they've already filled out, messages that they might have, accommodations that they might need. And I think that is a wonderful way to build better relationships. Now, Acuity is a lot easier for older clients to work with, but it's not going to have the same type of client data management. And that's acceptable. That's what you kind of expect when you're paying less money. The same with Goldie. You get a lot of small reports. So you get report generation the same as you would with Mangomint, Boulevard, or Vagaro, but you don't have the same type of client data that's saved here. Similarly, Calendly is not there to also provide that foundation for building good customer relationships. It's there to be that perfect scheduling alternative. So that's something to consider when you are looking for an alternative that helps you build better customer interactions. Now, there are a lot of good things that can be said about all of these alternatives. So it's best that you pick the one that works for your needs. So if pricing is obviously the most important thing for you, and you already have a lot of tools, software, and applications that you use, I would go with Goldie because you have that cheaper option for smaller businesses and independent contractors, but you also have the option to integrate with over 100 things. Alternatively, if you just need something that fulfills those basic booking and sales options, Acuity is going to be very good, especially in terms of the lower pricing. And Calendly is going to work with you depending on the size of your team. And you can help build with a few other integrations as well, though not as many as Goldie. If your main concern is something that has more robust features in terms of things like marketing campaigns and building client relationships, I would go with Boulevard. But if you need something that has that sort of front-facing, customer-facing interaction for marketing purposes, and you especially focus on classes and memberships, then Vagaro is going to be a good alternative to Mangomint. So it's really up to you to pick the one that works best for your business, and there are different scenarios where each of these have something great to offer. But hands down, for all business types, no matter what they are offering or the size of their business, I think that Boulevard is absolutely the best in terms of overall features, functions, marketing, reports. It's everything you need all in one.